Father Michel Rodrigue predicted that there will be a period of 3 days of darkness in the future, during which conflicts between nations will be futile. This is a belief held by some individuals who interpret certain religious texts as predicting a time of great turmoil and darkness for the world. According to this belief, during these 3 days, the sun will not shine, and there will be a spiritual battle between good and evil. Some people interpret this as a sign of the end of the world, while others see it as a transformative moment in human history. Prepare yourself for a tale of mystery, love, and devotion to God. It all began when the Lord's angel Saint Gabriel, the archangel, appeared to me in the middle of the night to reveal the incredible story of Street Joseph's holy and great discretion with the Holy Family. From the moment he was spoken to until the day he departed the world, Street Joseph's duty as the defender and guardian of the Holy Family was one of serenity and trust in God, the Eternal Father. This revelation came to Joseph through his love for his bride Mary and the will of the Almighty Father. He brought Mary to his wife's house and began the ministry of his love for her and the child, Jesus. The drama that unfolded during the Savior's birth highlighted Joseph's enormous authority, which allowed him to protect the child God and his mother from any omen that may have jeopardized the child's identity. Even the devil and his henchmen were held at bay by Joseph's power and love, enabling the Holy Family to reside in Nazareth during Jesus' entire childhood without attracting attention. Street Joseph's discretion was perfect, and his dedication to accomplishing the will of the Eternal Father made him the most representative male on earth at the core of the Holy Family. He safeguarded the child and his mother and protected the Church throughout its history. However, in these difficult times, the lifting of the veil of God's discretion for Street Joseph in his role for the Church is necessary. It is time to reveal the mystery individual who holds back or prevents the revelation of the Antichrist and his current control, as mentioned in St. Paul's second letter to the Thessalonians. We must be prepared and keep our lights lit, as the appearance of the son of Omen is imminent. The lawless one, the one doomed to perdition, who opposes and exalts himself above every so-called God and object of worship, will soon be revealed. But fear not, for the Lord will render the lawless one powerless by the manifestation of his coming. Those who have not accepted the love of truth in order to be saved will be condemned, but for those who believe, salvation through sanctification by the Spirit and belief in truth is possible. Joseph's role in protecting the Holy Family and ensuring the fulfillment of God's plan is crucial to understanding the message of St. Paul's second letter to the Thessalonians. Just as Joseph guarded the child Jesus from harm and kept his true identity hidden from those who sought to harm him, so too must we be vigilant and protect ourselves from the deceitful powers of the Antichrist. The mystery of lawlessness is already at work in our world, and it is up to us to discern truth from lies and uphold the values of righteousness and love. Just as Joseph embodied these values through his actions and dedication to God's plan, we too must strive to live according to God's will and be a light in the darkness. In this context, the call to discern truth from lies means that we must be aware of the deceitful and misleading messages that the world may present to us. We should use our God-given discernment and critical thinking skills to identify what is true and what is false, so that we can make decisions and take actions based on what aligns with God's values. The values of righteousness and love are emphasized in the statement as being essential to our lives as believers. By embodying these values, we become more like Joseph, who lived a life of dedication to God's plan and was a role model for others. We are called to live in a way that reflects God's love and righteousness, and to be a positive influence in the world. Ultimately, the statement encourages us to be vigilant and intentional in our actions, so that we can live according to God's will and be a light in the darkness. By doing so, we can combat the forces of lawlessness and spread the love and light of God to those around us. Let us take inspiration from the example of Saint Joseph and trust in God's guidance as we navigate the challenges of our time. May we always be guided by the Holy Spirit and remain steadfast in our faith, so that we may be counted among the righteous on the day of the Lord.